asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved home, land of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation. O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed we'll pass. When we are poised, the wounds of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets feel the glorious song of victory. We scored, oh might and wrong. Oh God, protect us from the hidden pitfall.
glorious Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always, all hail
Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I
No sound. Is there sound now? Please check if there is sound now. Please check from the comment section if there is sound now from my voice. Check if there is sound now. Check if there is sound now. Please let me know if there is sound now. Is there sound now? Is there sound now? Check the comment section. Do we have sound now? Do we have sound now coming? Do we have sound now coming? Those on YouTube, I can see thumbs up from Twitter. Those on YouTube and Facebook, can you hear me now? Okay, I can see thumbs up from Facebook, YouTube. All right, thank you very much. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's why it's good to have all of you there to be able to know when we are coming out and when we are not coming out. Thank you so much. So the question I asked was, is it that God brought us to exist so that we will do the dirty jobs for everyone in Nigeria to be alive? Is it that God brought us to Nigeria contraption so that we will do the dirty jobs for every other persons in the contraption to be alive? This is one thing we need to reflect and ask ourselves the question. Because in 1966, January 15, the coup that necessitated itself was because of the jihad that was to cut off and slice babies into pieces, and men, children, mothers and fathers, and everyone into pieces. So, is it that we were born into this contraption? We were forced into this contraption so that we will only be working to save humanity, just like the Israelis are doing. They are doing the dirty jobs for the entire Christians in this world now. And Biafran people are doing the dirty job for the entire people in Nigeria that wants to be alive. Yes, because it is only Nnamdi Kanu that is the only stumble block against the jihad spring up in Nigeria now. Yes. The January 66-15 coup started as something that was necessary to cut off the jihad that was supposed to kill everyone. Basically and principally, the focal point was on the Yoruba land and the Middle Belt and some part of the North. These were the conquered areas. These were the areas that were densely affected of the jihad. These were the areas that the jihad was already taking place. They were fully emasculated as a den. But the coup of January 1566 came to be able to give life and to protect the people of the Middle Belt, the people of Yoruba land, the people of the North that were at the mercy of the terrorists. Exactly the playbook that you see today. You see, I don't know how God has always done it, that Biafran people always have a way out. Yes. You see, God has given Biafran people always heroes and heroines, saviors that will preempt and see what is to come and what we should do to curtail it before it takes us unawares. That is why God gave us Nnamdi Kanu. He opened our eyes. The same way God gave us Ojukwu and Philip Effiong. Opened their eyes, made them to foresaw what was coming before they decided to form a mechanism, a defense mechanism at that, which was better for us to defend Biafra land, die by the sword, than for us to run and then we will be shot behind and they will see cut off our throat. And in our own time, God placed Nnamdi Kanu again to tell us what was to come. And then we in the earlier time stood up, set up a defense mechanism. The ESN was formed to curtail the menace of these terrorist invaders, which has now metamorphosed into the Biafra army as a government. Now, while in 66, while the jihad was plaguing the Yoruba people, plaguing the Middle Beltans, plaguing the Northern people, the Biafran people were already having a knowledge of what was to come. So they were already ready for war. They were already setting up their defense. The same thing that was happening in 66 that necessitated the coup is what is happening here today again. And while it is happening, while everyone are wailing and gnashing their teeth, carrying their dead bodies, crying every day on the television, before you were not able to see the coverage of the live massacre from Benue, Plateau, Zamfara, Kwara, Kaduna, Kanu, Niger, Borno, you were unable to see it. But since when Biafran people went to the US Congress to open the key, now you see people have the courage to bring out the live videos of all these crimes being meted on the Christians in those areas. Everyone now can have the confidence to grant live interview to people in diaspora and to give more testimonies, because we have opened the key in Washington, D.C. for their courage to come out and for them to be able to come out and stand very strong now. While all of you now are crying in the far north and middle belt and Yoruba land, which is a repetition of what happened that necessitated the 1966 January 15 coup. The same way the president, the ceremonial president of Nigeria, Azikiwe, was unable to do anything. And then when he saw that the jihad had sprung up, he ran away to the Caribbeans and to Britain. He was now doing tourism. He was going on picnic and vacation to enjoy himself. He was taking cover. He was actually escaping the epic scene. He was running to go and take cover so that he would not be there to witness anything, because he knew the thing was here and he could not stop it. Why? Because the Fulani terrorist Emirates that controls Nigeria had already told him, it's either you live or you die. So he had to escape in disguise of going for vacation. That is how he disappeared and left the country. And then it was now incumbent on the military officers to do something. And then they did something. So the same playbook which you see today, that instead of Tinubu and the presidency to crush the terrorists, they are not crushing the terrorists. Rather, they give them olive branch of embracing and dining with them, having peace deals with them, jubilating and having every kind of meetings and agreement with them. It becomes very interesting to watch. But today, God bless Omoyele Sowore, who has created the highest level of awareness in 2025 from Nigeria. Yes, from Nigeria soil. And he did not just do it anywhere, he did it in Abuja. In Abuja, the capital territory. God bless Sowore. God will bless him for exposing all the Igbo politicians, those that partook in the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu, those that partook in the imprisonment of Simon Ekpa, those that laid the foundations of the kidnapping of Biafrans, Those that are bringing a Bubagu terrorists to come and kill Biafrans on daily basis. Those that are bringing the terrorists to come in ragtag clothes to come and kill Biafrans in their homes. Those that are coming on daily basis and say they are going after the Biafra Defense Forces to eliminate them. Why? Because they formed a defense mechanism to defend Biafra land from being taken away by the terrorists. Because we declare independence. The same way we had to declare independence as the only option to be able to defend ourselves in 67 to 70s. When you are faced with terrorists that have been decentralized, and then you don't know who is the real army personnel, you don't know who is the real Air Force personnel, you don't know who is the real naval personnel, you don't know who is the real civil defense personnel, you don't know who is the real police personnel or the road safety personnel. What do? You have to resort into plan B. Plan B is being able to identify your common enemy and to strike and fight them head on. You can only achieve that when you segregate yourself from that decentralized pool of terrorists that exists all the way from the federal down to the state and down to the local government and down to your villages and down to your clans, because they have decentralized them down from federal, state, local government, communities, clans. That is why you see that Biafran people are existing today. If they did not form a mechanism of defense, they would not be existing. They will be pied like you see that they are pieing people in Kwara. They will be pied like you see that they are pieing people in Zamfara. Biafran people will be carrying their bags and be running to Cameroon to go and seek refuge. They will be running to go and become refugees in Cameroon. But glory to Chukwu Okike for giving us blessings and the gift of nature, which happens to be the leaders that can stand the test of time. No matter the persecution, a leader that does not shift the goalpost, no matter how far he has been battered, a leader that does not change his mind, no matter what is happening. Master Nnamdi Kanu, God bless the day you were born, God bless the day you were conceived, and God bless the womb that brought you to this world, because you've been a blessing. You are not just a blessing to Biafran people, but you have been and become a blessing to the entire people of Nigeria. It is on that premises that Nigerians now understand your worth. They now understand what you have been saying. They now understand the reasons why you were kidnapped. Many of them were supporting your kidnap before, and many of them have regretted now, having seen what the real aim of the Nigerian Caliphate and Emirate is all about. Having come to understand that what Nigeria have for them is a very bad soup that does not have taste. Omoyele Sowore, thank you that you have created the highest level of awareness from Abuja today. And we are calling on everyone that can join Omoyele Sowore to join and continue to make his dream and this protest to be stronger than he has started. The beginning of something may be little, but the end thereof, or as it progresses, will gather so much momentum. When he started it, some of you were laughing at him, the same way some of you were laughing at the acting prime minister and Biafrans in the US. When they protested at the Finland embassy, all of you were laughing at him. All of you were laughing at our international lobbyist, Mazi Elias, who was protesting for you as a Biafran. You as a Biafran, you were behind the television, you were behind the radio, you were behind the computer and your phone, laughing and making mockery of him. I ask you today, what is different from what Omoyele Sowore did and what Mazi Elias did for you in Finland embassy in Washington, D.C.? I'm asking a very simple question. Mazi Elias, who is not a Biafran, had to join the APM and Biafrans in America to storm the Finland embassy and to protest and to register their voices for the release of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, our leader of BRGIA. And then all of you were laughing at Mazi Elias. You all use him to make video. You say, oh, a foreigner, someone that is not a Biafran, is protesting in Finland embassy for the release of Simon Ekpa. And you were not ashamed of yourself that you as a Biafran could not protest, could not hit the street for the release of your own BRGIA leader. But a foreigner as Mazi Elias, a lobbyist that lobbies and works for you, made out his time to come and carry a placard and to protest for your own freedom. Today, Omoyele Sowore has done the same thing again in Nigeria. He is not shouting Biafra with you. He is shouting one Nigeria. He has been shouting one Nigeria. That is the only thing that he's shouting. One Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. He's not shouting one Biafra with you. He is not shouting Biafra independence with you. But today, he has done something that Mazi Elias did that you were laughing at him. Mazi Elias did his own in the US, in Finland embassy. And today, Mazi Sowore has done his own in Abuja. And you, as a Biafran, you are still there, sitting down, watching and laughing because you are a fool. You're laughing at those that are actually coming to understand that you don't know the worth of your own leaders. That is the message. You, as a Biafran, who went to go and open market today and abandoned Omoyele Sowore while he hit the street and was shot at and he was running. Some of you even use his running steps from the tear gas and the gunshot that were shot by Nigerian terrorist government. You are using the video to do mockery of him while he is fighting for your own Biafra. But he is a Nigerian, no, he's carrying Nigerian flag. But he's fighting for your Biafra to be free. And you don't know the importance of what he did today. So let me start by telling Tinubu and his terrorist government that 24 hours is enough for them to free the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu. We understand that Barrister Ejimako is there, Nnemeka is there, and whether 2 or 3 other lawyers, and some other comrades that were also protesting. 48 hours is enough for Tinubu and the Attorney General of Nigeria to release Mazi Ejimako and all the lawyers and the comrades that were kidnapped. We call it a kidnap. That is not arrest. That is a kidnap because they were exercising their human right. There is no constitution of Nigeria fraudulent existence that forbids an acting attorney or lawyer from participating in a peaceful protest. I want to ask all of you, when all the lawyers and the attorneys of Nigeria and all the senators and governors and ministers partook in the protest of rigging out Goodluck Jonathan in 2014 or 15 or thereabout, why was it not a crime? Why was it not a crime? Why is it a crime today? And why have you, Tinubu terrorist government, if you are kidnapping Ejimako, the attorney of Nnamdi Kanu, and 2 or 3 others, and the rest of the comrades, why haven't you kidnapped Sheikh Gumi? Because seeing Ejimako as a lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu is like seeing Sheikh Gumi, who is a lead counsel to the Boko Haram terrorists. Sheikh Gumi is a lead counsel to the Boko Haram terrorists. He brings about every ties and peace deals and talks between the federal government of Nigeria and the Boko Haram terrorists. Forget the names they call them, whether bandits or different sect of groups. They are all one jihad. Beginning is jihad. The middle is jihad. The end is jihad. That is what they are all in for. So the misinterpretation or translation of the names may not matter. What matters is what is their sole aim. Like I speak here now, what is the sole aim of my Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra freedom, Biafra independence. What is the sole aim of these terrorist groups? It is jihad. They have to turn Nigeria into Islamic State so that everybody will now become slaves. That is why they target Christians to eliminate them at night and to cut off heads of babies, women, and children. So if Tinubu terrorist government is kidnapping Attorney Ejimako or lead counsel Ejimako with more other attorneys that partook in the peaceful protest of Nnamdi Kanu today, Tinubu should have first kidnapped Sheikh Gumi, who is the lead counsel of all the terrorists of one Nigeria. That is where you should start the kidnapping. When you kidnap the lead counsel of the Boko Haram terrorists, which is Sheikh Gumi, we will know that you are doing 50-50. But for you to kidnap Mazi Ejimako with the rest of the attorneys and lawyers and the comrades that were protesting, it is foul. Attorney General of Nigeria and Tinubu and the Inspector General of Police of Nigeria and Musa, 48 hours is enough for you people to release Mazi Ejimako and the rest of the legal team that you kidnapped with the rest of the comrades that you kidnapped during the protest of today. I'm going to play a video of how these terrorists are well taken care of when they go for peace negotiations and deals with Nigerian government. Then I will ask you a simple question. If these terrorists are given so much preferential treatment, why kidnap the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu, who have been in court severally, pleading for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? And you will write a script and give to the chief judge, that when they come, should turn the case like this, turn the case like this, read the case upside down, and tell them, no, today it cannot work, tomorrow it cannot work, next tomorrow it cannot work, continue to turn. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the leader of BRGIA, was detained in November 17 or 18 of 2024. And then in May 30th, 2025, the European Court finalized its investigation and passed the verdict. How many months did it take? It took December, January, February, March, April, May. How many months is that? 6, right? So, why has it taken Nigerian terrorist government 5 years, 5 good years to prove a case and to pass the verdict of Nnamdi Kanu? At least pass a verdict. Tell us that you are sending him to 10 years imprisonment because of looking for Biafra. Let us hear. Tell us that you are sending him to 20 years imprisonment because of Biafra independence. Let us hear it. Finland has pronounced our prime minister 6 years imprisonment because of what? Biafra independence. And they now carry some other cases like tax fraud and lawyers' ethics in Finland, and then they add some other domestic cases. But what took him to court was what? Biafra independence. Biafra independence. So they took only how many months? 6 months to prove and then pass verdict in whichever way, though it is kangaroo. But they have been able to pass their verdicts within 6 months. And we now know, okay, our leader has spent 6 months in detention already. Okay, we now calculate this is the how many months that is remaining from the 6 years. But Nigerian terrorist government kidnapped our leader in Kenya in June 2021, and is about 5 years now. About 5 years now, and then you cannot pass a verdict to tell us these are his crimes. Based on his crimes, you are giving him 5 years. You're giving him 10 years. You're giving him 20. We just want to hear you pronounce something. Are you afraid to pronounce something? Is Nigeria terrorist government afraid of pronouncing 10 years, or pronouncing 5 years, or pronouncing 20 years, or pronouncing 15 years, or pronouncing life imprisonment? Is Nigerian terrorist government afraid of pronouncing something? No, pronounce something. Let us know our faith that you have pronounced something, so that we will now know how to deal with you guys based on what you have used your mouth to pronounce. Why is it so hard to pronounce something? And then why is it so hard to free the man to walk past? A man that you kidnap, you international kidnapper, you are the one that committed international kidnapping, and you are the one that is still trying the person, taking the person to court. Upon saying that you commit crime of kidnapping, you went to his house in 2017 to kill him, and he escaped for his life. You ended up killing over 28 persons. Now, court came back and then incriminated your act and said you have to pay for the damages. You have not paid up till today. Have you? No, you have not paid. And you have not amended anything. And then you still went to kidnap him again in Kenya in 2021. You brought him now and you are still trying, you tried to kill him. Oh, that was one offense. Then you went and kidnapped him again, number 2 offense. Then you're still keeping him and trying him again, number 3 offense. You alone committing 3 offense, and you're not yet ready to free him. What crime did he commit again? So 24 hours is enough for Tinubu with his group to free the attorney of Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know how stupid you guys are in Nigeria. If you arrest a lawyer and lock the lawyer up, who will now defend the client that you had already kidnapped? Where in this world will you take this kind of case to? Let us be rational here. It is a lawyer that have to file a case for anybody that you now kidnap or arrest and lock up. Now, by the time you kidnap somebody or arrest somebody and lock him up, then you go ahead to also kidnap his lawyer, who will now come and file case, who will now follow up the case, who will now stand as defense for the person that you have locked up. It's just like now that Boko Haram terrorists are killing people. Then they go to hospital, they destroy all the hospital, they kill all the doctors. Tell me, when any of those Boko Harams get injured, who will administer treatment to them? And when even the people that you're fighting against get injured, how do you administer treatment to the wounds and injuries? In military formations, you don't play down to the medical center. No. You don't go to the sick bay. No. You play everything and stop at the battlefield. Because medical center is a reserve area. That is where you have to see as the last hope of a dying military personnel in war front. Anyone that is injured or is to die, the last survival wing is the sick bay. You take the person to the sick bay, and the doctors and nurses must be there, readily available to administer their help, to see if they can save that life. When they try all their best and then they cannot do anything, then we know they've done their job. But when you kill all the doctors, when you kill all the medical practitioners, when you destroy all the medications in the laboratories, where do you now expect to get medication or doctor or the hospital bed or the apparatus that is needed in the lab to do one surgery or another to save one life? This is the life. And I don't even think if the terrorists can reason and go this way. Because in Hamas, where there has been war, which they declared on themselves, there has been availability. People are heated by the debris of the bomb or the demolition of the houses. They will come and take them. They will rush them with the Red Cross car down to the medical center. There are standby doctors and nurses. There are medications that are there available to be administered and treated. So why is it in Nigeria that the reverse is the case? Honestly, the reverse is the case in Nigeria. You want to kill the doctors. You want to kill the nurses. You want to kill the laboratory. You want to kill all the medical apparatus. You want to kill the person you accuse. You kidnap the person. Then you also want to kill the lawyer that should come and defend the person that you have kidnapped. Hey! If you now kidnap Ejimako, and then you kidnap the comrades that were protesting, which him, Ejimako, is supposed to come to be asking you to release them, who will now come to ask for the release of those comrades and the release of Ejimako himself? Is it the comrades that will now come to file a lawsuit now to release a lawyer Or it should have been the reverse. The lawyer should come and file a lawsuit to release the comrades. So even law enforcement officers or judiciary don't even have positions or priorities in your governmental systems. Before you see that a senator is arrested in America or a lawmaker is arrested in America, there must have been a very big crime. And that arrest, it must be ordered from above when they have explored every options. You don't just go and arrest him and lock him up like that. One Nigeria, hey, make una wake up. 24 hours is enough. 24 hours is enough for Ejimako and all the comrades and all the other lawyers that were arrested or kidnapped to be released. Tinubu and your terrorist government, 24 hours is enough. And the Attorney General of Nigeria. Attorney General of Nigeria, if you don't have shame, this should be the biggest one to you. That your own lawyers that are practicing under you will be bamboozled. Your own lawyers that are practicing under you will be bamboozled in broad daylight. Chai! You pack them and put inside van. Because of doing what? Because of exercising human right. Because of helping the poor for their voices to be heard. Because of mobilizing the people to come and speak to their government, to demand justice for themselves. Where do you expect Ejimako and the lawyers now to have taken the citizens to? The citizens are demanding for justice, and they are coming to come and meet you in a public protest. And then you are arresting the citizens. You lock them up. You also arrest the lawyer and lock the lawyer up. The same lawyers that put in the letter for the protest to be notified of, for the government to know that they are embarking on a protest. These are the same lawyers that filed the paper and then submitted to the government. Grant. So now, everybody should now become a lawyer of themselves, become a police of themselves, become army, become navy, become everything of themselves. If lawyers are arrested and locked up, so the citizens should now turn into jungle justice. You people are encouraging jungle justice. This is what we are saying now. Jungle justice. Jungle justice is what everybody should do. Since you don't allow lawyer to speak, you don't allow the citizens to speak. So everybody should go and carry a machete, carry stone, look for gun. Let us go and invade the government now. Because they have now gone with the lawyer to speak to you. No, you say, why should you go with lawyer to speak to you? You carry lawyer, lock lawyer up, lock the citizen that came with the lawyer. In which society is that done? When you lock the lawyer, who will now speak for the people, the citizens? The same lawyer that came to notify you first that these citizens say they want to come out for a peaceful protest. And this is the letter of notification. So just for you, it's not that you have to deny them the right. It is their constitutional right the right of association, the right of assembly, and the right to air their views, and the right not to be shut up. The only thing you have to do from their written letter is to acknowledge, okay, we acknowledge this your letter. Where do you people want to protest? They said they were going to Aso Rock. You have the right to tell them, oh, don't come to Aso Rock. We don't want you people to go to Aso Rock. And that is what you people did. You people stop them from going to Aso Rock. You form a brick wall. You brought all the police and the Air Force and the Navy and all the armor tanks. You blocked the road. You stopped them from going to Aso Rock. Fine and good. They decided to protest where you allowed them to stay. They now changed location. That wasn't enough for you. You decided to shoot at them. They notified you. They did not do anything illegal. You see, some people don't understand the importance of Showore's protest. Nigerians were massacred in broad daylight on the 20th of October 2020. And then, today, it was to do another litmus test to know if Nigerians' response to stimuli is still working. And we tested it, we saw that their response to stimuli of massacre, slaughter, genocide in broad daylight is still working, and it is very active. Yes, a repetition of Legi massacre of 2020. It is still working and very active in the blood of this very government. And so, the message has been passed. You see, the BBC that never wanted to report about the genocide of Christians, as Nigerian terrorist government are doing it, BBC has now reported about BBC has now reported about this protest. This is one thing you did not know. Some of you did not really understand the significance of this protest. This protest was to do what? Bring all the enemies of Biafra together and then identify them and push them to the wall. Yes. It was bring all the enemies of Biafra together, identify them, and then push them to the wall. Let everybody see them. Now, I wish to bring this to the screen so that you will know the significance of everything that you are doing. So that you will understand that when they say jump, you jump. It's very good. When they say stand, you stand. It's very good. What you see here on the screen is not BBC Igbo. What I see there is BBC World News. It's BBC World News. Let me go back there first. Let me go back to the Twitter page so that you will see it very well before we now switch over to this side, to the main website. BBC World News. So if you do not understand the significance of this protest, and we are trying to educate you now. This is not BBC Igbo. This is not BBC Hausa. This is not BBC Africa. This is not BBC UK. This is not BBC Al Jazeera. Or this is not BBC Europe. This is not BBC Africa. This is BBC World News. You see, BBC World News. They did not want to talk about the genocide of Christians in Nigeria, which BRGIE made American lawmakers to bring it out. BBC has refused to report about it. They have refused to report or do anything about that sanctions or that bill proposed by Senator Ted Cruz, the lawmakers, and the other Senator Ted Moore about Nigerian officials. BBC had refused. But today, this opera in Abuja, it has made BBC world news to bring Nnamdi Kanu to the headlines. Are you getting the point? Aha. Are you getting the point? Aha. That is how it is. Everything that is happening in this world now is political. And so you have to see how it is favoring you in the political circle. All of you that did not want to talk about the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu, when you start to read the news from BBC, whether they turn it upside down or they explain it well or they say it the other way, you will hear. Okay. Now, I want us to go to the website of BBC. We want to read this news so that we hear how they are explaining it, so that we know where they are doing propaganda and where they are saying what is right. And when you check, you can see the way they display how the Nigerian terrorist government are positioning themselves to shoot at the unarmed protesters. Can you see that? Huh. It is a message and it is a point of confluence. It is it is the time of awakening to the international community. That's why I say God will bless Showore. Yes. Because what all of you Igbo politicians could not do and had planned to do against Biafran people, Showore has come to lay the back open. Showore has come to lay the back open. Now, watch it. Nigerian police fire tear gas as protesters gather over separatist leader. Yes, the only separatist leader that everybody knows and are talking about now is the Biafran separatist leader. You see, BBC is owned by British Criminal House. Since they did not want to talk about the genocide in Nigeria or to talk about the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu in their media houses so that their British citizens will now start holding them. Today, from this protest of Showore, they have opened the Pandora box for themselves. Let us read. You see, only this picture alone speaks volume. This is protesters had gathered from as early as 7 a.m. before being dispersed. And they got the news from Reuters. Can you see? This is how they were shooting at the protesters. It is Nnamdi Kanu that is trending. The world must know and hear. God bless Showore. The Nigerian police have fired tear gas to disperse protesters who had gathered in the capital, Abuja, over the continued detention of separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu. Do you now see now that Nnamdi Kanu has entered their mouth and they have started reporting it? Aha! It is connecting. I said this protest of Showore was to gather all the enemies of Biafra together like this, and then push them to the wall. You gather them all the way from Biafra land. You pack those ones from Abuja. You pack the ones from Lagos. You pack the ones from the north. Put all of them together and then push them to the media sphere. God bless Showore for his work. What some of you efulefus could not do, Showore have done it. You saw ample opportunity. to have joined Showore and make your voices heard. If Showore had over 500 protesters from the revolution movement that have followed him, or from everyone that came to honor the October 20th NSAS massacre, every Biafran should have, from everywhere in Nigeria, joined Showore to topple that number to become 2 million. By the time you have 2 million, tell me how Nigerian terrorists, police, and army and air force will block you people from going to Aso Rock. Tell me, when you hit the street like the Gen Zs hit the street of Nepal, the police and the army were overwhelmed because of what? The crowd. It is, see, you get how you carry weapon, and then you see the crowd that are coming. You now calculate how many bullets you have inside your cartridge. When you calculate finish, you see now 50 bullets you get. Then how many extra cartridges are in your pocket? Maybe you have 10. Then all of them have maybe 70 cartridge, 70 bullets. You have extra 5 or 7 cartridges inside your pocket. Then you get 70 bullets. Multiply 70 times 4 or times 5. How many be that? So will you kill over 350 people and finish? When you kill them, finish, then what will happen to you? What will happen to you now? You have AK-47. You do cock, 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 cock. When you do cock, 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 20, you have taken 20 people down, right? And mind you, 2 bullets may enter 1 person. 3 bullets or 4 bullets may enter the same 1 person. So tell me how you will now be able to use 350 bullets to finish 2 million people that are marching. So when you watch and see the crowd, now your mind go tell you, say, these people are coming for something different though. This is not a matter of these guns and bullets. Let us look for a different strategy. But when you allow Showore with the few people that go for the protest to be only 200 or 500, why wouldn't Nigerian terrorists, police, and Air Force and Navy clamp down on them? Because while Showore is in the street marching, some of you in the building market in Abuja, you went to go and open your shop and you call yourself Biafrans. You said it is today that you love money, that you will sell everything and make the highest of money that you have not made before. A Biafran, Showore came to inform all of you a week ago, and he has been coming throughout the week that today is the protest. But while he had gathered with some people that came to protest for Nnamdi Kanu, that is when all of you have gone to open your businesses. You go to open your raw material market to start selling in Abuja. As if that business cannot wait for you. As if you have not been doing that business for the past 100 years now. What betterment have you gotten? Only one day, only one day, only one day, only one day, which you have to, only one day, which you have to come and show solidarity. That is when you're running to go and sell market. The protesters, led by activists and publisher of the Sahara Reporters news site, Omoyele Showore, want the immediate release of Kanu, who is on trial on terrorism charges and hates the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra. We talk am. We talk am say, let us go and read how BBC will publish the news. I said, let us go and see how BBC will publish the news. BBC, as the custodian of criminality, as the custodian of Nigeria evil, as the father of Nigeria evil, they will call you Biafrans outlawed indigenous people of Biafra. But Boko Haram terrorists are not outlawed. Islamic jihadist terrorists are not outlawed. It is you that want independence of Biafra that is described as outlawed. It is good, whichever way that you describe us. The fact is that you have taken the news to Britain, and everybody in Britain now, and in the entire wide world, that we're looking to see the headlines on BBC. They have seen the news and they are reading. So when they finish reading and then see this phrase, outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, they will now go and look for how did the indigenous people of Biafra become outlawed. They'll go and look for it. They'll go and look for internationally outlawed groups and terrorist groups that have been proscribed internationally. They'll go and check to know if Biafran people are terrorists. If they are terrorists, why are they able to live in America and have businesses? Why are they able to live in UK and have businesses? The same man that you are calling Nnamdi Kanu as a leader of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, he was in UK. He has a business enterprise. He was employing labor. He created jobs for UK citizens. Inside the UK, he was giving people job. He was paying them salary. So if he was a terrorist, how will he and how did you, BBC and UK, British, allowed him to own a company? You allowed him to run a business and have a family and has registration of his business and pay tax and pay people salary if he was a terrorist. So we are going. Kanu, who has been in detention since 2021, he has been in detention, but you did not explain to us how he found himself in detention. BBC. Hey. Kanu, who has been in detention since 2021, has denied the charges. He also holds British nationality. Very good. Now, don't talk the one way good. He holds British nationality. And someone with British nationality was kidnapped in Kenya since 2021, coming down to 2025. And British government have done nothing about a British national who is having their passport on being kidnapped. On being kidnapped. On being kidnapped. The British government have not looked for their citizens who have their passport. Nnamdi Kanu was not using Nigerian passport when he was kidnapped. When he traveled out of UK, he traveled with the UK passport. And then the UK government have sat down to say that one of their citizens have been missing for over 5 years. And they have not gone to look for their citizens and find out what happened to their citizens. Why? Because they know what they did to make sure that their citizen is kidnapped. Because they are working with Nigeria. They say indigenous people of Biafra is seeking independence for what they call the Biafran nation in southeastern Nigeria. Thank God you know. You see, you get when una go one lie, and as you're trying to lie, you are expressing facts and figures, and you're giving people the need to go and do more research. Because everybody now will now want to go and find out the Biafran nation, the independence of Biafra from the southeastern or the old eastern region of Nigeria. When they will now go and type the Biafran region, they type and then they see the Biafran people and see the region, how it looks like. They see what encompasses the people of Biafra. They will now start researching and then they will come to see BRGIE. Then they will read about BRGIE. They will read about the independence of Biafra, the referendum that was conducted. They will read about the congressional briefing. They will read about the congressional testimony, the sanctions that we demand American government to place on Nigerian government and Finland government for the kidnapping and imprisonment of our supreme leader and our prime minister, respectively, and placing of sanctions on tariffs, and also placing sanctions on the officials of Nigeria for being accomplices in the massacre of the innocents. So BBC don't know what they have done by publishing this and show, very good. They have even put the landmark photo. So this landmark photo will make people to go and do Google search of this photo to get to understand what this photo is all about. Eyewitnesses said police officers fired multiple rounds of tear gas at people who had begun to gather as early as 7 a.m., which is 06 GMT. The police also blocked major roads in the capital, causing heavy gridlock and confusion across several parts of the city. Yes, you see, Showore has shaken Abuja for Nnamdi Kanu. Showore has shaken Abuja for Biafra. Showore has created the highest level of awareness for Biafra. Some of you don't understand. For some of you that had forgotten about Nnamdi Kanu and abandoned him, and you went to go and sleep, you ignored Biafra. Showore has awoken many of you from sleep. Because some of you that pushed Nnamdi Kanu to go for Biafra independence, then he gave you his word and said, no matter anything that happens, I will not disappoint you, but you will disappoint me. And you have all disappointed him, because since he was incarcerated, many of you have gone back to your businesses. You abandon him. You go back to your families. You abandon him. You go back to whatever country, you abandon him. You don't even care to know what we are doing to keep the Biafran life ahead again. You don't even want to know the strides and the step by step that we are pulling, what we are doing, how we are going with it, what is the level. No, you don't want to know. Somebody was speaking today on Space and said, when Master Simon Ekpa was here, I follow up everything. So when he was now in prison, you went to sleep. You went to sleep because, why? There is a Biafra Defense Force. And that Biafra Defense Force have done you noble by protecting you, by not allowing the Boko Haram terrorists that is coming from the far north to come and wake you from your sleep and to burn you and cut you to pieces. So because Biafra Defense Forces protect everywhere that the Boko Haram terrorists are supposed to enter to come and meet you in your sleep. So you don't give a damn of what is happening. You just go back to your normal businesses. You sleep, you wake up, you sleep, you wake up, but you don't anyhow. Until when Showore rang the bell today, you now came out from your hole. Mad people everywhere. If that is what we have been doing, that means the Boko Haram would have killed all of you today. You see? And there are some links here. So when you enter, they give you links that you can read. They say, Biafran leader Nnamdi Kanu, the man behind Nigeria's separatists. They now say, remembering Nigeria's Biafra war that many prefer to forget. They now say, Nigeria treats us like slaves. But is Biafra the answer? Hey, God bless you people. So these are reference links. When you click any of these reference links, you read more to understand about Biafra. No be so? You read more to understand about the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu. Thank God. Now, Showore wrote on X that security operatives had arrested several individuals, including Kanu's family members and legal team. Very good. This is what I was just talking about. Too. And now, international community have gathered it that Nigerian terrorist government even arrests the legal team of someone that is standing trial. So that means you cack the media, you cack the protesters, you now cack the legal team. You also cack the freedom of the person that you have kidnapped. So we want international community to look into it and interpret for us. What is the meaning of the Nigerian government kidnapping and arresting the legal team of someone that is standing trial? Of someone that you people kidnap and then put him to be standing trial in your court with no case or no crime that he committed. The police have not commented on the reported arrest. No, how will they comment when they are so ashamed? Despite his many battles with Nigerian government, Kanu remains a cult hero to his many followers, especially in Southeast. That is the man. You can call him any name, whether you call him a cult hero or whatever you call him. So now, this photo now speaks volume. This photo now will now give you more research. When you go and click this photo, you will be prone to go and look for more research. Go and do more research about this very photo so that you ask yourself, why are these people wearing marks on their noses and him he is not wearing? Yes, when you click this photo, you will find out more things. BBC don't know what they have done for us. Showore has actually brought these criminals out. IPOB was banned as a terrorist organization in 2017. Now, can BBC tell us who banned IPOB? Can BBC tell us who banned IPOB? The people that banned IPOB were the Igbo terrorist governors that we have. But BBC have not written it here. So anybody that is watching and is reading this news, he would like to do what? Click like this and then click. Search for Google. Search Google for IPOB was banned as a terrorist organization. And then he will now see the people that ban IPOB, the people that proscribe IPOB. Point by point, everything are there. But they did not ban what? The Boko Haram terrorism. Because we have useless and brainless governors and leaders and senators and ministers. Its arm wing, the Eastern Security Network, has been accused of killings and other acts of violence in Southeast. We are at war and they have to accuse us of many things. Look at Israel. Israel were accused of many things. But the real people that committed the October 7 massacre, were they now accused? Was it not the real people that committed the massacre of October 7 that the entire world, UK, Canada, France, the leaders were all standing up in the UN General Assembly and said they want to recognize them for the massacre of October 7th? That is what happened. But the good guys that are actually doing the bad work or the good job for everybody are the people that you people were penalizing, which is Israel, who are fighting against the terrorists that have come to kill everybody in this war. So, for the records, Eastern Security Network was the first network that we had because of the menace of the Boko Haram terrorists that started in 2020. That was when Eastern Security Network was unveiled. Now we don't have Eastern Security Network again. They have transformed or metamorphosed into the Biafra Army. Yes. And Biafra Army don't kill their own. Biafra Army is the army that is defending Biafra land as we speak. Without the Biafra Army, these Boko Haram terrorists, that have made Benue, Plateau, Zamfara, and every other part of the north to be inhabitable. Without Biafra army, we will be crying like that. And now, going back to the screen, they say Kanu was first arrested in 2015 on terrorism charges. You can ask him, ask these people, what was the terrorism charges of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? What did he do that it became terrorism? Still fighting for Biafra independence. So, and then BBC said, but he jumped bail. Therein. BBC said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail and left the country home after a military raid on his home. BBC, you need to explain to people why was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's house raided with military? Why was his house invaded with military in 2017 September? So people that will read will also ask questions. What was his terrorism charges in 2015? Was he caught killing people in Zamfara? Was he caught taking over communities in Borno? Was he caught cutting off heads of babies, women, and children? No. His terrorism charges is that he is asking for Biafra independence. That is what they call terrorism charges. And then they raided his house to kill him. And then he escaped. How can someone that they wanted to kill him in his house now have to stand trial when they raided your house to kill you? So how can you stand trial? Is it your dead body that will stand the trial when they kill you? And why did they have to raid his house to kill him? Why? What crime did he commit? The court later revoked his bail in March 2019 and ordered his rearrest. But was he rearrested or kidnapped? 2 years later, the Nigerian government announced his rearrest. His lawyers say he was detained in Kenya, which has not commented on whether it played a role in his deportation to Nigeria. Hey, BBC has indicted Ejiofor here. Oh. BBC has indicted Ejiofor. Oh. Hey, BBC has indicted Ejiofor. Hello, Mero. BBC has indicted Ejiofor. Biafrans, are you people saying something? Hey, BBC has indicted Ejiofor. These are the statements that Ejiofor made. Ejiofor said, as you can remember, we brought him to Nigeria in 2021. And then BBC now, making their report, are quoting Ejiofor. They said 2 years later, the Nigerian government announced his rearrest. Stop. They then say his lawyers said he was detained in Kenya. And then, which has not commented on whether it played a role in his deportation to Nigeria. Hey, hey, BBC don't open a job for Nyash. BBC don't open a job for Nyash. You see, BBC are trying to open the Pandora box to try to expose some accomplices in the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi. Let them open it very well if they want to do it. They should not be touching it with fear. They should open it very well. Yes. Then, in 2022, an appeal court ordered that the charges against him be dropped. But this was overturned by the Supreme Court the following year. Thank God you people are writing it the way it is happening here. His legal team is due to start its defense on Thursday after the court threw out their argument that he had no case to answer. So, that is it. The news has been recorded, and this time it is who? It is BBC. BBC has done noble here now. And kudos to Showore for making it happen. Yes, because when you now go to the Google and then you type the detention or the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu now, or this protest, you will see that the entire world are now picking up this news now. There's another news they call Western Point. I need to know Western Point, whether is from which country. Western Point is also writing the news. Okay, I think Western Point is from Nigeria. No, we are looking for all the top international news. So tomorrow I will research again, but today I was able to pick BBC. So the awareness and the news is going and touching the important place that needs to be touched. Something that you all need to understand here now is that everything works out for good to the freedom of the Biafran people. You may look at Showore's protest to be little, but you don't understand the implication of what Showore has done for you, because he has helped you to be able to take the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra to a larger coverage and a larger scale. This is what you need to understand. And by so doing, the entire world were putting their radar on Nigeria. And they were not putting their radar on the Southeast this time. Their radar was on the Abuja seat of power. It's just like when you saw that the Biafran people were having a congressional briefing in the capital of America, the White House, inside there, the congressional building. That is where the Biafran people were. So this was another open door, a key that we used to open the sufferings and the freedom of Christians in Nigeria. We use that key to open that door from there. And there, the beginning from that place now, you started hearing every international community now, starting from the lawmakers of America, the media houses, everyone now are now keying into the genocide of Christians. We are employing Showore and everyone. We implore all of you to give Showore all the support. And watch out as they announce another date for this protest. Everybody should key into this protest and join hands to make it bigger and larger than what has happened today, because it is opportunity for all of you to be free. It is not just a protest for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or for the Biafran people. It is not just a protest for us. It is a protest of freedom to all of you in the contraption of one Nigeria, because you have all suffered. You have all suffered in the hands of the terrorists. And now let me go get some videos to ask people questions so that we know whether we are doing something wrong or something that is right. Because at times, if we don't find out, they go say, we are doing something wrong. Or, if we are doing something wrong, then somebody should tell us. So let us find out if we are doing something wrong from what we see that is happening here. Let's find out if we are doing something wrong. Let us know if there is something others want us to do, which we are not doing, and then we decide to do otherwise. Let's see. Let's see how far. Let's see. Let us see. Let me bring this to the screen. Now, when you look at the video here, when you look at this video here, these are Boko Haram terrorists. When you look at this video here, these are Boko Haram terrorists. And see what happens. This is the arrival of the Boko Haram terrorists. You can see the honor and the parade that is given to them. Arrival of Boko Haram terrorists coming into this community for what? For a peace discussion and deal with the federal government of Nigeria.
Commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was.
Looking at the video on the screen, these are the arrival of Boko Haram terrorists coming into this community. When you hear that Nigeria is a failed state, what are they coming to do? That is the question you should ask. And see how they are being escorted and given this communal parade. Now, Nigerians that were protesting to the release of Nnamdi Kanu were not treated this way. Nigerians were protesting to the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And then they were kidnapped, they were arrested and locked up. Now look at how Nigerian terrorist governments are giving a guard of honor to Boko Haram terrorists as they are coming into their communities. Meanwhile, Nigerian officials are here seated in this very place. They are the one welcoming these terrorists as you see them here. So when you now arrest the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu, you arrest the unarmed protesters who only came with placards to protest, but you cannot arrest Boko Haram terrorists that are coming in to come and talk to you with weapons. And as they enter here, what do? They shot pow, 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 to do what? To show you that they are ready for any iron that will come. They are ready to use the iron fist to remold your brain. But you are able to arrest Ejimako and the protesters that were protesting with no AK-47, with no AK-49, with no machine guns. Now look at what you see. Can you see them? Can you see? They're showing them. They give them. Hey, can you see? These are Boko Haram terrorists coming into this community. See how far they are coming with all their weapons.
Ya can gaba da mashin gaskiya.
The owners of Nigeria have arrived. They have fully arrived and they are being welcomed. Can you see them? These are the real owners of
Tiduna
Nigeria.
wata bindiga can ne.
Arrived and they have come with all the weapons they need to war. They have they have AK-49, they have RPG on them. Everything that is needed to go to war, they have it all on them. They have it all on them. Everything that is needed to go to war, they have it all on them. They are here to see this conversation. The Nigerian terrorist government. And today we are here on the radio. What can you do? Now, the question here is, they did not arrest. They did not lock them up. And they shot guns in different places. They shot guns in this very place with this their bullet to send a message. So, Nigerian terrorist government, you cannot kidnap or arrest these terrorists. But you can arrest Barrister Ejimako and Nnamdi and the rest of the barristers and the rest of the comrades that were protesting with nothing in their hands. You see why everybody need to burn Nigeria down overnight? Yes, because Nigeria need iron fist. If you don't use iron fist for Nigeria, they will continue to destroy you. Yes, there is no point of lamentation. It is point of fire for fire, iron for iron, bomb for bomb, load for load. They give you, you give them. They give you, you give them. You destroy them because they are coming to destroy you. No sympathy. This is how Boko Haram terrorists are welcomed by Nigerian government. So tell me, if the protesters in Nigeria were to acquire AK-47 and AK-49 and machine guns and RPG, and then they use it to march into this very protest ground, will the Nigerian terrorist government unleash the police, the Air Force and the Army and the Navy on them to shoot at them? No. So, 24 hours is enough for Tinubu and the Attorney General of Nigeria and the Inspector General of Nigeria of Police to release Ejimako with all the protesters and all other lawyers that were detained. If you want to arrest Ejimako and all the protesters, go and arrest first these Boko Haram terrorists. That you people embrace them when you're having peace deal. They don't wear anything on their face. They come with the faces open. You see them. You can't do them anything because what is speaking is the weapons that they have in their hands that is speaking. If you have power, why don't you crush them? They have the weapons in their hands. Who gave them the weapons? You gave them the weapons. You gave them the weapons to come and destroy Biafra people, but they have now used their weapons to become the monsters to you, and you will continue to suffer for what you created. So, these are the terrorists of one Nigeria. And then we ask a question. Did we do anything wrong that the Boko Haram terrorists did it right, which we did not do right? It's a question that we ask. So, did we do anything wrong that the terrorists did it right and then we did wrong? Is this what everybody need to go and answer? Until then, 48 hours or 24 hours is enough to release the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu, starting from Ejimako to the rest of them and all the comrades, the protesters that were protesting that were arrested by Nigerian terrorist government. There's another video, let me see. There's another video. Okay. This one here, the man is telling you that Nigerian terrorist government, they are very good in they are very good in doing what? Paying the Boko Haram terrorists for their kidnappings and all the dealings that they are doing. So, if you are paying the Boko Haram terrorists for the kidnapping and everything they are doing, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not asking you to pay him more. Biafran people are not asking you to pay them anything. All we are asking is for our freedom of independence. Why will you now kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And then the lawyers and the fellow Nigerians that now come to protest for his release, you are also arresting them and locking them up. But you are paying Boko Haram terrorists for the kidnappings that they're doing in Nigeria.
There is absolutely no way, okay, that our government, which is the first state government in Nigeria to establish a Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs and invested a lot in coordinating the actions of security agencies, can be blamed for not managing security. No one has managed security with the degree of commitment that we have. And you can ask 3 service chiefs that served in Kaduna, and we have, and you can ask 3 service chiefs that served in Kaduna under my watch. One of them is still alive. Farouk Yahya was chief of army staff. He was GOC in Kaduna. I saw him yesterday at a wedding. You can call him, bring him to this program, and ask him what we did. What I will not do, okay, is to pay bandits, give them monthly allowance, or send food to them in the name of non-kinetic. It's nonsense. We are empowering bandits. Is that what is good? It's not the government of Kaduna State. It's a national policy driven by the Office of National Security Advisor, and Kaduna is part of it. Many states are objecting to that. But that is the policy now. Seize the bandits. That's the new policy. My position has always been the only repentant bandit is a dead one. Let's kill them all. Let's wipe them. Let's bomb them until they are reduced to nothing. And then the 5% that still want to be rehabilitated can be rehabilitated. You do not negotiate from a position of weakness. You don't empower your enemy. You don't give him money to go and buy more sophisticated weapons. That's why the insecurity problem has not gone away and will not go away as long as this policy continues.
Incompetent bunch.
They can deceive, they can cover up, they can do propaganda, but those that live in Katsina, those that live in Zamfara, those that live in Kaduna, those that live in those states, they know what is happening.
The same person that speaks one and do the other, because he is part and parcel of those that have been doing the payment. So when you hear them speak like this, you will think, oh, he's saying the right thing. The question is, pay the Boko Haram terrorists, but kill the Biafran people. Pay the Boko Haram terrorists, but don't allow the Biafran people to breathe. This is what we cannot adopt. Please, Biafrans, you now know what you did not know. And every day, the basin of truth is expanding, it's opening, it's increasing. You're seeing everything inside of it. We are calling on all of you that this is the time for you to join your hands and make this very freedom of your independence to carry the momentum that is needed more than before. Yes, we are calling on all of you to do so, because if you don't do so, and then you continue to allow the enemies of Biafra to capitalize on your weaknesses, it will be too bad. Wake up now and join forces and do what you have to do. Because the enemies are gathering. As the enemies are gathering, so are they multiplying. Wake up now if you want Biafra. Come and join hands to make it happen. Together we'll make it happen. But when you stand on the fence, you will not stand on the fence and then expect others to do it, and then later you want to see the result. No. Join your hands and make it happen and see how it is happening. So that when that history is speaking, you will also be part and parcel of it. That you were here when it was happening. Okay? I salute all Biafrans. We have to do more. Having known that we have a lot to do and that we are already achieving much, and that our voices are going out everywhere now. Please, come and join hands to make it a living reality. I salute all Biafrans. Let me play this thing as we are rounding up, because I'm trying to fix something else. Ndewo to all of you, and please don't forget to support Biafra with everything that you have. And do not wait to be told to do so before you do so, because it is our Biafra. God bless Omoyele Sowore for his sacrifices. And God bless all of you that have been making things happen. The God of Biafra will give you the enablement to do more. And it is also time to reach out to other people and talk to other people. Yes. For those in diaspora, this is time. For those in the homeland, this is time for you to get to other people and make them become part and parcel of what we are doing. Those you know that are on the fence and they are not following up what we are doing, you owe them the duty of bringing them in, waking them up from their sleeps. Yes, because some of them are sleeping. Some of them are sleeping. Or go and wake them up, please. And as you are waking them up, tell them the right thing to do. Okay, I was distracted now. What I mean here now is that every Biafran in the homeland, you have a duty of making sure you talk to other Biafrans to make them become part and parcel of what we are doing. The information you give somebody is very important. So give them the information to be able to join. We need everybody to participate in the contributions because we cannot achieve anything without a Gemma. A Gemma is the key thing here. If you can meet 50 people and 200 people, and then you tell them they have to contribute to make sure that we have enough in the homeland for the BDF to do their work. This will go a long way. This will go a long way. So if one person is talking to another person, this will go a long. Okay, I think our Enter Biafra. This will go a long. Okay, our Enter Biafra is working now. Our Enter Biafra. Our Enter Biafra app is working now. Okay, our Enter Biafra is working now. Our Enter Biafra. Our Enter Biafra app is working now. Okay, our Enter Biafra app is working now on Telegram. If you are on Telegram, our Enter Biafra app is working now. If you are on Telegram, when you click on the Telegram Enter Biafra app, you can be able to watch this program live. And when we go live, you can be able to watch any live program on the Enter Biafra app launch Telegram group. So when you click on the Enter Biafra app launch, you will see on top there that shows live program. When you click to join live stream, when you click that live stream, you will see that we are live program. You will see we are live, and then you can join. You can be watching from there. Stream. When you click that, so if you don't want to come to, you will see that we are live program. You will see we are live. You click to join. You can join. If you don't want to watch from Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, you can as well watch from the Enter Biafra Telegram channel. Enter Biafra Telegram channel. We are showing live there now as we speak. And anytime we go live, it will always be showing live. So if you're not on Twitter listening or watching, when we are streaming something, you can be listening to it here on the Enter Biafra app, live streaming on Telegram. So that is what I was trying to see if it's working now, because I've been working on it to see that it starts working. So now it's working on Telegram. All right. So I was saying something before I decided to connect the Telegram Enter Biafra channel. I said every Biafran have a duty now, because the defense of Biafra land is in your hands. It is not in the hands of those in Abuja or those in Kafanchan. No, it's in your own hands in Biafra land. If you talk to Biafrans and you're able to get 50 Biafrans and they are able to contribute 1,000 AJ, 2,000 AJ, 500 AJ. And then you bring that. I'm not talking of the reps or the admins in your state. I'm talking of you individually. You individually. When you talk to your friends and then you mobilize some people, you tell them about the need to support the Biafra liberation in the homeland. Because we are liberating the homeland. We are securing the homeland from the hands of the terrorists. When you talk to people and you're able to get 20 people, 10 people, 40 people, 50 people, and then they are able to give you 1,000, 500, 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 2,000. When you calculate all those money together, that money could amount to 200,000 naira, 100,000 naira, 50,000 naira. Then you know how to channel that money to your state admin or the de facto government. You don't need to wait for these people to come to you. You are the one to go to them. You are the one to start the evangelism. Start the evangelism yourself. Go and meet people and talk to people. Yes. Go and meet people and talk to people. When you go and meet them, you talk to them, you will see this person say, Chikam, so Israel say, pin the account on the screen. No, we don't pin account on the screen. If you're part of this movement, you know how to get to your state admin in your state. You know how to get to make your contributions, to pay your liberation tax. We don't pin account. We are not Ngozi. Ngozi was pinning account for you. Ngozi brought a account with a Tash Bank, Islamic Bank of Nigeria, and then posted it on the media and said all of you should go and put money there. Then, as you're putting the money, Nigerian government are following the account to trail off. That is how many of you enter problem. Right from time, we don't post any account online for anybody. Talk to your friends and families, collect their due, collect their liberation tax from them. If it's 500 they have, if it's 1,000 they have, if it's 2,000 they have, if it is 1,500 they have, if it is 3,000, if it is 5,000, whatever they have, collect it, whatever it is, write their name, collect it. When you finish, call me, come and meet us. If you don't know your state admin to remit the money, call me, message me, tell me that you have collected liberation tax from people that want to support Biafra and you don't know how to remit the money. Then I will connect you to the de facto government on how to remit the money. But go out first and talk to your people. Start the evangelism. Start the evangelism. Start communicating to people. Start talking to them the need to support. You need to start being serious of funding your liberation. The Boko Haram terrorists that you see with all those AK-47s that they are handling, it is not people in America that are sending them the AK-47. They are contributing this money in their mosque every time. And they are fighting for one cause, jihad, the conquest agenda. They all pay that money in the mosque. And they must pay. You now, you're not fighting to kill other people, to take other people's lands. You are only fighting for your own freedom. You're only fighting for your own life. So why wouldn't you support your Biafra Defense Forces? You have to support them with everything you have. Wake up. Don't leave the work for only your admins in the homeland. You have to do it yourself. You have to call people. You have to talk to people. You have to start doing something. Yes. Start doing something. We want to hear from one person that you got donation from people up to 20. You got 5,000 from them. You got 1,000. You got to 2,000. You got 3,000. You got 4,000. You got 5. You got 20,000. You got 50. You got 40. You got 100. You got 120. You got 150. We are fighting war and we need this money every day for the homeland there to survive. For the Boko Haram not to come and be cutting off your heads on daily basis. You have to contribute that money from homeland there and then use it to support your defense. If the Benue people, if the Plateau people, the Zamfara people have the opportunity to have Biafra Defense Forces in their homes, do you think they will be running out of their homes to go to seek refuge in Cameroon when Nigerian terrorist government cannot protect them? They are pleading and asking to only have one Biafra Defense Forces commander, so that only that one can be able to mobilize their people and then show them what to do. They don't have. They don't have. And you have Biafra Defense Forces. You all go to sleep and snore. You don't know what they are doing, the kind of battle they are fighting to protect you from your land being turned into what is happening in Benue and Zamfara and Plateau. If all of us in the homeland imbibe in this pattern of everybody going to look for, everybody going to look for people to make their donations and contributions, you will see that you will go a very long way. We will have everything that is needed there. At the end of the day, you will be announcing 500,000 a year in the fundraising from one person, because you may have contacted over 10 people and they decided to be giving you 50,000 a year to support the Biafra liberation. When you come to announce, you don't need to announce their names, because some of them don't need their names announced. Just tell us these 5 persons which don't need their names to be announced, they donated anonymously to support the liberation in the homeland. This one supported with 500, this one 200, this one 300, this one 100, and the total is also amount. You don't need to call their names. It will be recorded and then used to secure the homeland from the terrorists, except you want the terrorists to invade you in your sleep, and that is when you will now start crying. Okay? So, when all of you wake up and start being proactive and stop waiting for us in diaspora to do everything, that is when you will see that you are ready for freedom. Look at Shuwere. Shuwere is there in the homeland. Was he afraid to die? He was not afraid to die. Was he afraid of his life that they will kill him today if he hit the road in Abuja for the protest? He was not afraid to die, but he decided to. But some of you don't want to die, but you want freedom. But imagine Nnamdi Kanu is in detention, dying. And the only thing that can bring life back to him is Biafra. So all of you should wake up in the homeland and do the needful. Wake up in the homeland and do the needful and start tasking yourselves more than before. Tax yourself and get the liberation tax from each other. Bring them all up. Submit it for your liberation. Soludo cannot help you. Rather, they are the ones bringing the Bubagu to kill you, and the Odokachi and the Agune Chamber groups. Uzodinma cannot help you. Alex Oti cannot help you. Peter Mba cannot help you. Bonaya cannot help you. The ones in Delta and Bayelsa and Rivers cannot help you. The ones in Akwa Ibom and Cross River, they can't help you either. They are all Nigerian politicians representing one Nigeria. While you all are at the mercy of every terrorist attacks, you need to help yourself in Biafra, because you already have a defense. the Biafra army. Start doing something. Wake up. Wake up from your sleep and start doing what you know is right. I salute all of you. Wake up. Wake up from your sleep.
Oh, 4,998 gone in 1 year. Been burned 85 in a week. The world's still clear. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains. No soldier near. December 25, the killers came. No Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids. Churches crushed like brittle bones. Pregnant mother, toddler child. No names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we bled to build. They smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. It don't forget. It don't forgive. It cries unread. The blood still speaks. It stains the ground. It marks the map. It won't back down. The blood still speaks. You'll hear it now. Not vengeance, just the sound of truth aloud. Killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage. Our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters. We call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized. They rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks. In burning fields, in Boko smoke, in Gwaza's hills. The blood still speaks. In Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pew. The blood still speaks. From girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rod. They killed us slow. They named it war.
They will Biafran people, and I think we have our honorable APM on the screen, on the phone, so he wants to say a few words to Biafran people. Honorable APM, welcome, and Biafrans are with you. They will from here.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Minister of Information. Am I coming clearly?
Yeah, very loud and clear.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for the great work you're doing, you and the entire team. And we want to appreciate our leaders before us and our current leaders. We love them, we appreciate them. We will do everything we can to make sure that we get our freedom. And at the same time, we do everything we can to make them proud, so that while they are not here with us, their legacy, what they work for, We'll continue until they join us. So we will not disappoint. Just like our leader Nnamdi Kanu said, he will not disappoint us. And for how many years he have proven that he will not disappoint us. And we Biafran people will promise not to disappoint, especially we that are pioneering these great movements, because our freedom is not negotiable. Our freedom we must get, no matter what, no matter the stumbling block, no matter the sabotage, no matter those that are sabotaging our freedom. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu, I quote again, he once said that no matter whatever they do, Biafra must totally be restored. We must be free. Biafra is more than ideology. It's in the blood. It's who we are. The terrorist state of Nigeria with our allies, they can do whatever they want to do from now till their kingdom come. That will not change the situation. We are Biafrans. We are not Nigerian. We can never be Nigerian. Nigeria never even love us. Nigeria never even value us or cherish us. After the shamble amalgamation that Lord Lugard instituted at we start 1914, of which it already expired in the year 2014. So Nigeria is like a expired drug, expired bomb that is about to explode. So we can be part of that explosion that is about to happen. And Nigeria is collapsing every day. No country in the world that are going to tell you how great Nigeria is. And for those Nigeria in abroad, first of all, when they find out you're in Nigeria, whoever want to do business or do anything with you, they trade with caution. Because they believe, just like P2B, that a madman give advice, because that's what he said, that he get his advice from a madman or a mad woman. P2B said Nigeria great criminal. Nigeria is a scam. So we can't just be Nigeria. It didn't work, And after over 100 years, we try, we do everything we could to coexist with that evil country that over 60–70% of the indigenous hate Biafrans, from the Yoruba people to the Middle Belt to the Hausa, Fulani, foreigners. They all hate us with passion. They can play the game, they can play the drama, they can do whatever they want to do. If you're a Biafran listening, don't think that Yoruba people love you. No matter that we intermarry with them. In my family, I have Yorubas as cousins, as nephews, as nieces. But that's just who they are. From get-go, they never be on our side. Rather, they stab us from back. Is it the North we're talking about? The Hausa, Fulani people? The way they kill our people in the North? Destroy our home? Bulldoze our home, demolish our home, our businesses? They can pretend, quote-unquote, political correctness of one Nigeria. It's just a scam. It's fraud. 419. It never work. And it can never work. So whatever is happening today, Nigeria is about to explode. Please, my fellow citizens, Biafra, please, we plead with everyone. We don't want you to be part of that country that is about to explode. As we are exiting from Nigeria, we encourage every Biafra to exit with us. Remember, for Christians, remember in the days of Noah, what happened? When God warned the entire population of the earth and then, according to the great book, the Bible. And those that decide not to obey and disobey God, what happened? Only Noah and his family were saved. What about Sodom and Gomorrah? We always sing about it. Please, my people, Nigeria is about to explode. Every day, that country shows that they are not capable to govern. They are not capable to take care of their security. They are not capable to take care to secure the entire population. That they are not capable to save the life of the citizens of that useless country called Nigeria. Just like today, while the protest is going on, the Nigerian terrorists are tear gassing on unarmed protesters, shooting at them. It happened in 2020 in Lekki Tollgate. The same president of this peaceful country is the governor. I believe is the governor, or he's the one because he's so influential in the politics of Nigeria. He is the one who gave the order for the military to shoot innocent civilians, innocent Nigerian citizens with Nigerian flag. They open fire on these innocent people that are just asking for good governance. At Lekki Tollgate, they are not asking for separation. They are not asking for a separate country then. All they are asking is to reform the military forces that are looting, killing the innocent civilians. That's all. It happens in any normal society. The government is the government of the people. But the people of that country called Nigeria is the other way around. They can't talk to their government. They can't ask their government to reform anything. There's nothing that Nigeria has done for her citizens that our citizens will be so proud to talk about. Is it the good infrastructure? Is it the good road? Is it the sewage system they have? Is it the electricity? Is it the water pool system? Is it the hospitals? Is it the job that the government creates? Rather, they loot the country and they kill the innocent civilians. Please, fellow Biafrans, Nigeria is about to explode. Nigeria is a expired drug. Nigeria kill Christians. Nigerians don't welcome you. And for we Biafrans, they hate us with passion. We have done everything humanly possible. We develop Abuja. Today, some Biafrans are still victims developing Abuja. And they are still killing Biafrans in Abuja. They are still destroying your houses, your businesses. In Kaduna, the same. In Sokoto, the same. In Lagos, the same. If they reject you, are you going to reject yourself? Just look at what is trending for the past 2-3 weeks about the genocide of the Christians in Nigeria and the Biafra land. Instead of the government of that country to amend her way, to listen to the people, to listen to the citizens crying for help, rather they collude with the terrorists to kill the Christians. Rather, they deny the claim that there is no genocide, that Christians are not being killed and massacred in this 21st century. And for those that still believe in one Nigeria, woe to you, shame unto you. Those that believe in one Nigeria, both in Oduduwa Republic, the Yoruba people of two-face, those that when they tell you wait, you better keep moving. If they say move, you better wait. They are not steady. Is it in the northern part of Nigeria? From the north to the Yoruba Republic, none of them will tell you how happy they are in the same country. None of them will tell you how great Nigeria is. From the north to the south, they are everywhere they complain. They are complaining about bad governance. They are complaining about how nothing is working, how there is hardship. And at the same time, rather, instead of doing what is right, they all collude and channel their energy to kill Biafrans. At the end of the day, what have we done to these people? Haven't we tried to coexist enough? Haven't we done enough? We developed Lagos, we developed Abuja, because they refuse us to develop our own land. Yes. Everything that the goodies of the country is not in Biafra land. You don't have the seaport in Biafra land working. You don't have the international airport, no government presence, no international, no country that have liaison or embassy in Biafra land. And the oil that they make from Biafra land, we Biafrans people are not even enjoying it. If you go to Biafra land, those that own oil well are even from the North extraction and the Yoruba people. Biafrans, probably 1% out of 100%. In our own land, we can't even lay our hand on our resources or even enjoy our resources. The protests that were held today, where are all these evils, all these demons, vampires, witches, and wizards that portray themselves, that deceive Biafrans? Any day you see our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, coming to court, you will see them parade, running around him, snapping pictures, just to deceive Biafrans, how they love him, how they love. If you love our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, you must love Biafra. You must love what he believes. You must champion the same cause. Where are them today? Do you see them at the protest? Do you see them commenting about the protest? And where are all these illegitimate governors that are bringing these terrorists to our land? They are fighting against the protest. Some of them are even saying, as of yesterday, that the Biafrans, or you say Igbos, or Ekats, or Ibibios, or Urobos, they are encouraging the citizens of Biafrans not to participate in the protest. Shame unto them. After the protest today, everything they wished for did not happen. And the question now is that after today, where do we go from here? Is it over yet? Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is not yet over. We Biafran people, we support whoever want to protest for the release of our leader. We will support whoever want to protest for the freedom of humanity. We support whoever want to do anything, whatever it is, to help humanity, to save life, to save Christians' life. All life matters. Please, we appreciate Sowore, and we appreciate everyone that participates in today's protest. We say thank you. And the question again, is it over yet? Is the problem solved yet? Is our leader Nnamdi Kanu out? Today is the 20th. We encourage them to continue. Let today be the beginning and the start of the protest. Please, if Sowore you listen, it's not over yet. Remember, Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, wants to help you and protest for you as well. Do whatever you can. It's not over yet. Don't be intimidated. We know it's not easy. Your life might be at threat, at risk as well, because Nigeria is evil terrorist country. They don't care about human life. But we pray and we believe that people can be our God will guide you. Please keep doing what you are doing. And for those that want to support, please support. It's the right thing to do. Please, we don't want to hear the protest is over. We have not achieved what we want. And for those one Nigerians that believe in our leader Nnamdi Kanu, that is fighting for the entire global community, include those Nigerians and the Biafran people, those that have key in his message, that his message is for good governance, for justice, for humanity, for freedom from the oppressors. Please keep doing what you are doing. You are fighting a just cause. You are a champion as well. Thank you. We appreciate you. And please, my fellow citizens from the homeland, the de facto government, we encourage all of you, stand your ground. It's never going to be easy. If you quiet, they will kill you. It's better you fight. Mobilize, grassroots mobilization. We understand the country called Nigeria. They have done everything for over 100 years to instill fear. I repeat, they instill fear in us. I repeat, they instill fear of terrorism in us. No one have monopoly of violence. Step up. Move on. Get out from that bubble of fear. Ojo ewu. Please, they still fear in us. We always believe whatever they do, they will kill us. If they kill us, we kill them. If you know what they have that they are using to kill us, you mobilize. We have our BDF. Let's supply our BDF to counter them. Then if you can, support. Your money, your agent, your money can help life. It can help those in IDP camp. We can use it to save the life of Christians of Biafra. We can use it to help ourselves. Have we helped those that help themselves? We Biafrans, we are not a crying baby. We are not weak. We are tough people and we resist. That is why our land has never been conquered for over thousands of years. Yes, till today, our land is not conquered yet. Never be conquered before. Our forefathers, they stood their ground. They fought the good fight. They fought like a man. And today, we're still going to defend our land. We will do everything we can. Please, all the saboteur, disease from your evil way. This storm that is that is about to do touchdown, you will not survive it. All the evil will repent before it's too late. All the Johannesendi way with your red cap, you better take that cap away and give it to who it fits. And all the illegitimate governors, and all of you disease from our land. And the saboteurs, the illegitimate governor, the Ohanese, whatever they are called, what is this other group? The chief and all that, both the icon, those that identify themselves as leaders of the church, whether reverend, pastor, or whatever. If you are not preaching Biafra, you are a Pharisee, you are fake, you don't represent the body of Christ. If you are not preaching against the killing of Christians, if you are not mobilizing your congregation to defend the congregation, you are fake. Please, we have come a long way. This terrorist country have killed us over 5 million, and they still keep killing us. We can be burying our own every day. It's time we defend our land and restore our dignity, restore our country, so we can live a normal life and move on. These monsters we are fighting against, we are not compatible with them. They have their own way of life. They have their own God. They have what they believe in. And we love civilization. We embrace good things. We don't want to go back to dark age. And they want to take us back to 1,500 years ago, to 2,000 years ago. Please, we don't want. And if you are not yet supporting, please ask yourself questions. If you don't support your freedom, and you allow this terrorist country called Nigeria that have colluded with over 22 terrorist groups, ISIS, Boko Haram, ISIL, Okada, Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthi. If you allow these people to overrun your land, chase you out, invade your family, destroy everything you have, where will you go? We have our sister nation called Ambazonia. They are still fighting to liberate themselves from Cameroon. If you go to Ambazonia, Ambazonia won't let you in because they need to rescue themselves first. If you go to Cameroon, Cameroon hates you with passion, just like Nigeria. Then if you run to the Oduduwa Republic, they are killing you now. Talk less of when if we allow these terrorists to overrun our land. They won't even let you in. If you go to Middle Belt, remember Gowon is from Middle Belt. They can pretend like they have repent, tread with caution. Thank you all. Support your freedom. Our freedom will not be given to us in a platter of gold. Our freedom is in our hand. Biafra is here. While we are fighting to destroy Nigeria from abroad, from home, evict Nigeria present from our land. Their stay is over. They don't pay their rent no more. Chase them out of our land. They are destroying our house. It's time to lock and key our house. They need to go just like Ghana must go. Nigeria is evicted. Any Nigerian presence starting from flag, whatever, identify Nigeria, anything that Nigeria will be proud that they have in our land, they can no longer operate in Biafra land. Kill it down. Do something like never before. Remember our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, once said, when mad people like him join this struggle, Biafra will come. You can be only mad and tough to get your freedom. You can't do it. It's not about politicking way. Nigeria don't respect law. Nigeria don't even obey her own law. We have to match them with whatever they come with. Please, we need to go crazy like they are going crazy. If their craziness is 10%, we give them 20%. We are in our land, defending our land. Let's kick them out of Biafra land. Thank you from here, and Honorable Minister of Information. Thank you. All the ministers of Brigi, we salute. All the de facto government admin, we salute you all. Our BDF, our allies, and those that sympathize with us. Thank you. We say, may our God bless you. Thank you. Ndewo.
Thank you, APN. Thank you so much. Ndewo. And we bring it to an end here. Thank you so much to everyone. See you all tomorrow. Ndewo.
Still speaks. You'll hear it now. Not vengeance, just the sound of truth aloud. Killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage, our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters, we call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized, they rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks. In burning fields, in Boko smoke, in Gwaza's hills. The blood still speaks. In Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pews. The blood still speaks. They killed us slow, they named it war, they blamed it tribe, They close the door, but we know truth. It bleeds, then burns. It waits in wells, it always returns. So build your silence tall and proud. Our blood will pull it down out loud. The blood still speaks. The blood still roars. It shakes the dome. It breaks the floor. The blood still speaks. From every name you failed to say, still flames remain. The blood still speaks. Not for revenge, but for the king. The bitter end will not be this. Will not be shame. Will not be silence. Will not be blame. The blood still speaks. And it speaks your name. We are still here. We are not the end. We are the witness. The blood still speaks.